Hello everyone, this is Phoenix here, and this will be a top 10 list of creepy characters from video games. And since this is October, it's pretty much Halloween season. I think it'll be very appropriate to do a video like this. Also, the last time I've done a top 10 list was like last year, so I think it'd be nice to do another one. But this time, instead of like talking about things that are just completely shitty, I'm going to be talking about things that are just creepy. But as for now, let's go over some small rules just before we start the countdown. Okay, so only one character per series, something that I know very well enough about, and it really just has to be just creepy, not like flat out like scary shit your pants kind of deal there, but I mean more of like just like creeping you out or making you go into an uneasy state of mind or just like anything like that really, not like BAR or some crap. Yeah, just ignore that. Now before we start, because that's the end of the rules, there's going to be two characters I'm going to mention out right here because, like, I know I have a feeling that if I started without doing this, people would, like, go apeshit for me not mentioning them. But I'm not going to mention Slenderman or Geist in this video. Now, obviously for Slenderman, he's not even originally a video game character, so that's already, like, one reason why I'm not going to mention him. And I don't find anything to be that creepy about a guy with no face and, like, running around in a tuxedo. Yeah, I don't know. And as for Geist, well, he actually has a very interesting backstory, but I really don't find him to be, like, extremely creepy kind of thing. Like, sure, his backstory is, like, really fucked up, and, like, of course, like, he is, like, kind of, like, just weird looking. But I will be honest with you, when I first saw that fetus form, I actually could have sworn I thought that was, like, just a really trippy background. I didn't think it was actually a character or anything. So I just want to get those out of the way just because I know people would be like, oh my god, why didn't you mention them? Like, they're, like, just so creepy, man. Like, everyone thinks they're freaking scary, and it's just like, no, they're not. It's just what I think. So, anyways, this is just my opinion on this. So, anyways, let's start. So, at number 10, we have Swagman from the game Swagman. Yeah, that's original, right? But I mostly find him creepy for his face on the cover. Like, I mean, it's like the only thing you see, and it's just so, like, there. And yeah, I just find it to be just really creepy. And he is pretty much the Freddy Krueger of video game world, so yeah, that's pretty weird. Like, I mean, he attacks children in their sleep, so yeah, that does sound a lot like Freddy Krueger, don't you think? Although I do find that in the introduction of the game, his laugh sounds very generic. And some reasons why that I did put him as number 10 is not only because of the fact that, like, he's just not as creepy as other ones there, but the main thing is that he has swag in his name. And that kind of makes him sound non-threatening and pathetic. But if you had, like, a different name of something like, I don't know, let's just say, like, John the Swagman or some crap like that, it probably wouldn't sound as bad, but still kind of sounds like non-threatening and pathetic. But anyways, the main reason why that this character is so creepy is because the cover gets most of the attention. And by the way, I might do a review on this game at some point in time, so stay tuned to that if you're actually interested, but as of now, I'm just going to leave it as it is. And at number 9, we have a couple, since this is not only one character, but it's like many of them, but they're all from like the same game, since they're like almost like the same type of deal there. And this general group of people is the Colossus from the Shadow of the Colossus. Wow, that sounds really fucked up. But yes, all these like giant figurines are really creepy, I find. Just because of the fact that they're so fucking huge. And you really gotta wonder what Wonder must be thinking once he, like, tries in finding one of these. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna go save this girl, so I'm gonna, like, fight all these, like, creepy-ass, like, giant things. I have no idea what the fuck they are, but we're gonna go kill them anyways. But yeah, I find this is more of, like, an overwhelming size creeper type of thing, not like a stalker or not like just a plain creep or anything like that, more like just an overwhelming one. But the most creepy ones would probably have to be the ones that go under the water, just because of the fact that I just don't want to picture myself swimming out in the open and then realize that there's like some giant thing swimming underneath me and that could just, you know, like swallow us whole. That right there would just creep me the fuck out. So yeah, maybe I should have just specifically said that the underwater ones, but nah, they're all pretty creepy in their own ways, so yeah. Shadow of the Colossus has really creepy giant fucks. Now at number 8, we have the adoring fan from Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. At first it's like, how is someone who adores you can be creepy? Well, he just follows you around wherever you go, no matter what the situation is. And also says some really weird stuff here and there.
Yes! Oh, great and mighty Grand Champion! Is there something you need? Can I carry your weapon? Shine your boots? Back rub, perhaps? Golly, you're the best! I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't think his amateur Super Saiyan hair did not protect him when he was dropped on his head. Also, his facial expressions is, like, really weird and creepy looking. Like, seriously, like, look at his eyebrows. His eyebrows look so, like, evil and demented looking. Hell, I'm surprised that this guy's not, like, the main villain of the damn game. But since he's a minor character, I really can't say a whole lot of information on him, so that's all I can really say. But still, he's fucking creepy. So as for number 7, we have a tie between two characters that are almost the same thing in a way, but they're from like two completely different games, so let's just mention them. One of them is Gigi from Geist on the GameCube, and the other one is Elma from the F.E.A.R series. Both of them are ghostly little girls that creep the hell out of you. They both also have some really fucked up backstory there, but I'm not going to explain the whole thing since it's going to take a long time and also there's spoilers and whatnot. And I always found that little girls like these in like video games always did creep me out just as like one thing, but these two were probably like the worst ones that I can think of. But thankfully for Gigi from Geist, is that she actually helps you out, although I really don't like that teddy bear that she has and just the whole fact that she's a little girl as a ghost and just fucking creeps the fuck out of me. But the problem that I have with Elma from F.E.A.R is the fact that she just fucking trolls the hell out of you. But either way, these bitches are trippy. I mean creepy. Yeah, that's totally what I meant. At number 6, we have Screaming Mantis from Metal Gear Solid 4. Now you're thinking, why Screaming Mantis or Psycho Mantis? I've always found that Psycho Mantis was actually kind of like a cool character, and also I do kind of like the fact that he can like read your memory card and he can actually see like what games you have on there anyway, which I always thought was really funny. But I still can't help for the fact that Screaming Mantis is like a chick that is like has like a really weird mindset of like Psycho Mantis, so it's like, wow, what the hell? Also, the battle that you fight her is like really trippy too. Like, I mean, like you have like dead bodies with like attached like strings all over the place, which kind of makes you feel uneasy. And the background music with all like the screams in the background just makes you like really creeped out too. So that really doesn't help. And even when you kill her or beat her or whatever, it's still really fucking creepy as hell. Then again, when all the Beauty Beast bosses are defeated, they're always like make a really overdramatic, creepy scene of some sort, and it's always all like creepy and shit. But I find this one is probably the worst one out of them all, just because of the fact it's just so, I don't like it. It's so fucked up and shit and fucking I don't know what else to say because this is just so weird and crap. But then again, Metal Gear is a weird series after all. For number 5, we have. Well, before saying the character, I'd just like to throw out that this is actually a character from the Persona games, specifically Persona 4. But it's pretty hard to say one character from the Shin Megami Tensei games since there's like so many of them and there's just so many creepy shit that goes on in each one. But just from the ones that I've played and that I know about a lot, I would say that one character, and not as only just one character, but even the shadow too, because if you know about Persona, you know that all of your character has a shadow, which has a dark side, which can be really creepy sometimes. But this one is just one that just makes all of them look like a cute little bunny. Now, before saying his name, I'm probably gonna mess it up since I'm not good at saying Japanese names, so I'm gonna say it the best as I can. Mitsuki. Now just fucking look at him. Doesn't he look like something that came out of like a rhinoceros's ass? Anyways, I find that he just looks really creepy with the big eyes and like the messy hair and just the really pale skin, and also the fact that he's just like very like antisocial and whatnot. Also the way how he hits on girls in the game is just really creepy as well, and then after the fact that he just like breathes really heavily each time and it just makes it just feel really uneasy and shit, and it's all like, wow, like where the fuck did this guy come from? Now as for the shadow of him within this game, even his shadow is really fucked up. It's basically a demented baby inside a Lego cube. Like, where the fuck do you come up with something like that? Like, that's just, oh, fucking hell. And then there's a reason why that this character's shadow is even more creepier than all the other ones that makes it stand out. So for an example, let's take Kanji's shadow. Yes, that one is really creepy because of the fact that he's just like really, like, you know, feminine, like over the top feminine, and it's just like, makes you feel uneasy and crap. And then as for this is just like, what the fuck, creepy. Like, I find this is even worse than Kanji's just because of the fact that, not only the fact that Kanji normally is just a badass person with a really creepy shadow mindset, but this is just like, him in his shadow is just really fucking creepy. Hell, like even in the anime, he's pretty fucking creepy as well. Actually, I find it to be even worse in the anime since they really emphasize on it more, I find. But I will give credit to Kyle Heber for doing the voice of this creepy fuckhead. And as for number 4, we have Scissor Man from any of the Clock Tower games since he's in all of them. Now, in case you don't know what Clock Tower is, basically, it's a survival horror where you don't attack things, but it's more like you have to run away and hide from the enemy, and then later on you have to kick his ass later. It's actually a really fun game, by the way. But since Scissor Man is like the main character, or not really main character, more like main bad guy within all the games, we're gonna mention him the most since, well, you know, it's not like you're gonna hear much about Sledgehammer or whatever his name is. But yes, Scissor Man is a psychotic asshole who will murder you with a giant pair of scissors. No, I thought it was forks. I thought he killed people with forks. Anyways, this guy pretty much just stalks you all around, and then, well, just pretty much you have to hide from him each time. And when he finds you, it always plays like this really creepy tune all the time, and I just never liked it. It's not more like I didn't like it, it's more like it just always creeps me the hell out the most, since, well, that's one thing I like about Clock Tower, is that its music really does, like, get you more intense each time. It's like, oh my god, I gotta hide, ah! Kind of thing. But yes, the Scissor Man is one guy you don't want to mess with, because he'll cut you up. And now we are in the top 3, and the third creepiest character is... well, he's not really so much like a character, he's more like something that's just in the game, but either way, he's creepy enough to be a fucking character, okay? And that would have to be the Moon from Majora's Mask. And this is really creepy because every time you look up on this guy, he just sees you, just staring at you and just waiting for the time to come to kill everyone! And the worst part is that makes this even more creepy is the fact he has like no dialogue at all. He just like sits up there and looks down at you while you're rushing your ass and shitting your pants at the same time so you don't get crushed by him, by his creepy face. And I had thought about putting in Ben at this spot instead of the Moon, but then I realized something. Ben actually helps you trying to like beat one of the temples, whereas the Moon, he's just sitting up there wanting to fucking kill you. But it's even creepier when you're like on like the final day and you just look up and you're just watching like the Moon go closer, like each time. That is really creepy. But yes, the Moon happened to be a very creepy character that all it happened to be was just a moon with a weird face that I have no idea where the fuck they came up with this idea, but whatever. They must have like smoked some like massive like something. Oh, and one last thing. Don't moon this moon, because if you do, it's gonna ram up your ass. Now at number 2, we have... it's a character from Twisted Metal Black. And no, it's not Sweet Tooth, even though he is pretty creepy on this cover, but no. There's far worse than him. But mostly, I find him to be more of a badass rather than to be a creepy fuck, so I guess that kind of makes it more or less like he's not going to be mentioned. But anyways, the really creepy character from this game is Dollface, or also known as Darkseid. Well, for the first thing is that I really find it creepy for the fact that this is like a girl that looks innocent, but really she is not. And I just hate the fact that she happens to have like one of those creepy dolls as a mask. Like, really? Like, that is just fuck. I fucking hate that. That is so creepy and gnarly. But just for a little bit of backstory, that she is a character that was grown in a dysfunctional family and also has major issues such as like brain damage, psychotic and catatonic features. But her main goal in the game was basically that once she wins a tournament that she wants to like unlock this master of the key, which is really fucking strange and also just really fucked up and creepy and whatnot. But yeah, this is one crazy bitch you really don't want to mess with because she'll run you over with an 18-wheeler. Alright, now before revealing number 1, let's take a recap of the other ones. Number 10, Swaggity YOLO Swagman. Number 9, Overwhelming Giant Colossus Creepers. Number 8, the adoring little shit from Oblivion. Number 7, Gigi and Alma, 2 fucking ghostly bitches. Number 6, Mantis. That screams. Number 5, Mitsukubo blah 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 blah. Number 4, the Scissor Sharpener. I mean the Scissor Man. Number 3, the Moon. And no, not the one that Neil Armstrong walked on. And number 2, the Dollface that rides an 18-wheeler. And now, we'll finally reveal number 1, Michael Jackson from Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Woo, so creepy. Okay, I'm just kidding, I actually don't think he's creepy at all. Even though I have a feeling that the people that thought that he touched the kids probably would think so, but I never believed that he did that, so whatever. Anyways, I just wanted to throw that out as a joke. So anyways, here's the real number 1. Alright, now I don't know how many of you people know about a game called Hyperdimension Neptunia. Well, we're going to take a look at Hyperdimension Neptunia Mark II, which is the second one. And all I have to say is that it's a pretty fucking hilarious game. But there is one character in this game specifically that is just so fucked up and creepy, and you gotta wonder where the fuck it came from. But anyways, the character name is CFW Trick. Now you're wondering, why the hell does a demented form of Barney the dinosaur that fell into yellow paint creepy? Well, before I explain anything, how about I give you some dialogue that he says in the game, and then you tell me what you think after.
Superb! Oh, so lovely. Even my hostage is a cute little maiden. Oh, my poor little darlings. Come, let me lick your wounds. I can't help it. Can't just leave a wounded little angel alone when they're right there! Make that face! It ruins the facade of innocence that makes you so tasty! Oh, don't be afraid, my children. Come and sit on Daddy's lap. We'll have fun exploring each other. I am the most gentle of gentlemen in all of ASIC.
Now, does that just, what the fuck? Like, what is wrong with this character? But just the simple fact that he has a mind like a pedophile is just creepy and fucked up enough as it is. Like, that alone is creepier than anyone else on this list. And it also doesn't help that the fact that he's not even human either, so that makes it even 10 times more weirder. And then there's the fact that he wants to lick little girls, and the fact that I said that with a straight face, I can't even believe it because that sounds really like ridiculous horse shit. And just from what you've heard of his voice just makes it even more fucked up and like creepier and everything, but holy bumby fuck. Like, what a character to make. I think he even puts Pedo-Bear to shame. But one thing I really gotta wonder is like, who played his voice? He must have been so fucking weird to say this shit out loud. Like, oh my god. Ugh, that is one sick son of a bitch. And the fact that he calls himself a gentleman? Like, what a sick fucking pig. And I thought I'd never see a character like this in a video game, ever. But now I am running out of things to say about this fat tub of shit. So these were my thoughts and opinions on creepy characters. I want to know what yours are. Or you can discuss about my opinions, depending if you agree or not, doesn't really matter. And only if YouTube brought back video responses I would say that, but no, we can't because YouTube decided to be a dick about it. So you can just post comments, send me a message, or whatever you want to do, just anything. Or even make your own video and just somehow link it to me, that's fine. Like, I mean, like, fucking video responses being gone, like, that's bullshit. But as long as you can give out your thoughts, that's all good. So, anyways, this is the end of this video of all the creepy fucks in video games. So I'm gonna end it here and say, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and commenting. Wow, I almost said review because I've been doing them so much. Lol.